Obviously, Donk had a pretty significant injury last year. How has he bounced back, and what are you expecting from him this year?
Yeah, he looks good. He's working hard, taking a bunch of reps. He's taking, every team period's taking the maximum reps he can take. So, love the way he's working. He's playing right guard and right tackle. So, seeing where he feels comfortable, but he's competing and he's working to get out on that field in 23 days versus Nevada. So he's doing everything I asked for him, working hard, and he looks, in my mind, better than he did last year at this point. So I'm excited about what he's done, and that's his hats off to him on his preparation and how he rehabbed and just worked hard this offseason.
Why did it make sense to bump him in for a few more reps at guard?
Because I want to play the best five, and Nolan Rucci took that spot when he got injured and played well. So I'm giving him the opportunity to all compete, and I want to make sure that I play the best five in 23 days versus Nevada. And if it's with Anthony at right guard and Nolan at right tackle, or if it's Anthony at right tackle and Coop or TJ or whoever else, Alex Burkmeyer, Chimdy, I'm giving everybody Javen White. I'm giving everybody an opportunity so that I can play the best five in 23 days.
Phil, how many guys can you realistically play in the course of a game on the O-line? In a competitive game, like a rotation, I guess is what I'm getting at. What would you be comfortable with? Because it seems like the numbers are where you really haven't been in a while.
Yeah, realistically, probably like max is probably 8 or 9. I don't know if you can go more than that. Just because of the way college football is now, you only have so many series in a first half. You only have so many plays, so just making sure they all play. So I would say it has to be somewhere around 8, would probably be 8 or 9 would probably max that I could rotate in throughout a game.
So what's the competition like as you get to those last 3 or 4 spots?
Yeah, that's what it is. So basically it's who's the starting five, and then from there, who do we feel good that needs to get in and also it's about staying healthy for hopefully till January 20th. So it's about making sure we stay healthy, but also we build depth that they're ready to play because they got game reps and they got more game reps, and just making sure you're developing them so that the end of the year, middle of the year, whenever we need them, if it happens to be next year, they're just ready. So making sure we're developing that way, and but also making sure the offense is still firing all cylinders and making sure we have the right fit and the right guys out there.
When do you expect to settle on the 5?
I don't know. We really, this Saturday we have a scrimmage, and I'll probably see that and then go from there and see what we got and keep going and just making sure I rep as many guys at many different places. But I don't really know. Maybe game week, probably, or maybe our last scrimmage. And I don't want to, even if I maybe know, I want them to still compete and make sure that they don't feel like they know, so they all feel like they still have a shot, because that's how we get better, right? Competition makes the best out of us.
How has Javen looked at both tackle and guard?
He's looking good. I feel like he's developing. He knows the offense. He's working hard, and I like the way he's out there. He played a lot of right tackle in the spring because of Anthony and Nolan not playing, so I've probably been repping him more at guard right now just to make sure that he can be ready for that. So he's doing well.
Having Katron and Nick back in the backfield for you guys this year, how much does that familiarity kind of help you prepare for the season opener and obviously the rest of the season and beyond?
Yeah, with Nick and Fat, they're great players. You usually don't have one of them in the backfield. We got 2 of them. So for us as an offensive line, it kind of gives us, just gives us that confidence to know that we don't have to be perfect, and they'll help us. But our goal is to be perfect. But we just know we don't. If we have an extra hat because of the scheme, we know that they can make a miss or break a tackle. So just scheme-wise and mentality-wise, it makes us feel great when you have 2 backs back there that can do what they do.
Yeah, and being with both those backs for 4 years now, their 4th year now, what do you think that your group can do to kind of help them go to the next level?
Yeah, just create lanes, make push, just making sure we dominate the line of scrimmage and we make the opponents play on their side, right? So we drive them to make sure that their first contact is, the safety. So just making sure we give them the opportunity to make that guy miss and not have anybody in the backfield. So stopping penetration and just doing our job and running off the ball.
Where is Malachi compared to a normal freshman who comes in the summer? And could you compare him to where you were at that age? Because he just looks like a different kind of dude physically to most kids.
Yeah, well, he's a lot better than me. That's for darn sure. He's a lot bigger than I was. I was a freshman at 255, so he's 325. Probably moves better than I did at 255. So, and he's understanding. He's smart. He's out there taking a lot of reps right now, and I don't even think he has a missed assignment yet. So that's just hats off to him. Coming in May, when some couple freshmen came in, for spring, and a lot of those guys like Owen, they were able to practice with us in bowl practice. So he's caught up fast, and he's working his butt off, and he's doing everything that I ask him. And I love the way that he's competing every single day.
And on the other end of the scale, Boyer, when he came in, was what, 240 or something? Yeah. And how can you take us through his development and what he's kind of become at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I love I love Egan. I love the way he's working. Coming here at, I think he was 241 pounds, and he just broke 300. So milestone actually happened today. So hats off to him. And that just shows you. I mean, I don't know how many calories that is. That has to be a lot of calories surplus to be able to gain. I mean, what's that? 59 pounds in 18 months.
Yeah.
So do the math. And he's just hats off to him to work hard and do that. A lot of kids out there don't want to do that. Right? They don't want to put the work in and eat before they go to bed and wake up and eat 7 times a day to make sure that they. Some people do want to do that, right? But to do it
a little differently.
Yeah, to do it, and if you don't do it, you get yelled at. It's kind of.
He's looking at all the sports writers.
Yeah. So, but he's athletic. While he's gained that weight, he has the 40 record of, I think it's like a 484. He did that 484 at 241 in camp, and then he did it at 287. So you can see his work. He gained weight, and he still has his twitch and his athleticism. So that's just the way he's been working.